Hello and welcome back to Mr. Hobby. Today I'll teach you how to solve a Rubik's Cube. So without any further ado, let's get on with the video. The first thing you need to learn to solve a Rubik's Cube is orientation. I actually have a video addressing this called Basics of Rubik's Cube for Beginners. So if you want to learn orientation, watch that video. And assuming that you did watch that video, let's get on to the first step. So let's actually scramble this cube here. And I have a little disclaimer, this cube is not the normal color scheme. I've actually changed the color scheme to my liking, so if it gets confusing, you might just want to watch a different video. Now with that disclaimer out of the way and the Rubik's Cube mixed up, let's get started. The first thing that you need to do is make a cross on any of the colors. Let's just do yellow because it already has one solved. Now, you can see that this piece is yellow and red, so we're going to turn that to go to the red center and yellow center. Now we have white and yellow. One way that you can do this is find ones where you go to the opposite side and you see yellow on top, but in this case there's not anything like that. In this case, yellow's on the side. So you'll line it up with the color that it's supposed to be on, move it one off to the side, then you'll move it down and in. And now it's into place. Now, this is basically all intuitive, so I'm not going to go into too much detail on this. It's pretty self-explanatory. You get across. The next step is the corners. Now, in this case, the corner in this one is already solved, but I will teach you how to put the rest of the corners in. Now, let's see. We have a corner here with yellow. What you want to do is you have the yellow like this. If you put it in, these colors will move out of the way. So what you do is after you put it in, you will then move it out of the way, place these colors back in, and move this back in. And then you have it solved. Another way to do it is to move it one down, move these out, put it back in, and move it in. And then it's in there. You just do these steps repeatedly until you have one face done. Now, the thing that you need to know is that you can't just do one color at a time. You have to do one layer. So you have to pay attention on what the colors are when you make the first color, because it makes it easier to solve when you get to the step. The next step is the middle edges. Now, what you'll do is you need to find the edges of the colors here. Now, I see one right here, white and green. There's white and green right here. You need to line it up as if you would move it in here and it would go into place. But you can't do that because these will now move out of place. So, what you do is you do this algorithm. U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime. You can also do the reverse of this, which I'll also put on the screen. In this case here, you do the same thing again, except the opposite. You keep doing this with all of these edges, and then you have the first two layers solved. If you need to, please slow down the video. That'll probably help a lot. I know I'm fast, so if you need to slow down the video, I also have the algorithms on screen for you to pause it if you need more time. The next step is to make a cross on the top. In this case, the color is blue. What you need to do is you need to have one facing away from you and one to the left. And you'll do this algorithm. F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. Now you have this. You keep it just the same. F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And now you have the cross. The next step is to orient the top corners. What you need to do is you need to find a case that is like this, where you have one that is already oriented the right way, and you need to put it in the bottom left corner, and you need to do this algorithm. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. This will orient the corners. Now, there are many different cases, so you kind of have to figure out what cases lead you to what other cases, and you might have to do it multiple times to get it right. Now, in this case, we skipped orienting the corners, but I'm going to do the algorithm to be able to show you. Now, what you need to do is you need to find things called headlights. Headlights are this, where the corners have the same color on one of the sides. Now you can see that there's one here, but there's none on any of the others. So once you find these headlights, move it here for reference, and then you'll move it one off to the side, and make sure it's to the right, and then make sure that they are facing away from you when you do this algorithm. R, F, R, B2, R prime, F prime, R, B2, R2. Now, we also ended up skipping the permutation of the edges, so I'm going to do the algorithm to be able to show you. Now, this one is another one that it has a flip to it. You can either do it on the right side or the left side. Now, basically, when you have something that is flipped, it basically just means that you're going to switch from doing it with right moves to left moves. There's really nothing else to it, and it's kind of muscle memory for me at this point. Now, I'm going to have to do it twice on this because I'm going to show you the one on the right side. Now, this move is R, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2. And you're going to do that again, and the cube is solved. Again, all the algorithms are going to be on screen, and I will link them in the description so you can follow along, pause, and look at the algorithms so you can learn and figure out how to solve the Rubik's Cube. This isn't a perfect way to teach you how to solve a Rubik's Cube, but it is a way. So if you want to learn, try to finish this video all the way through and see if you can learn from my teaching. Now, I'm afraid that's all I have for you, so I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end of this video. Click down below for a video that YouTube recommended to you. Click up above to subscribe to my channel, and comment down below and tell me what content you want to see next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.